Chapter 30. Wanted. It's a letter dated 6th of December 1995. My dear children, I feel very bad about the way we said goodbye. The others have gone in for the evening meal, but I came back to my room to write. Of course I have no big desk here like at home, but as I sit on my bed with the pad resting against my knees, I can see you both so clearly. Sade, I can feel your strong grip. I'm reminded of Rabbit holding on to Buffalo's back for dear life so she wouldn't drown as they crossed the river. I hated having to force your fingers to make you let go. More than anything, I want you both near me. Femi, do you remember how you used to glare at me when you wanted us to play football but had not finished my work? Mama would tell you to wait, and I used to joke about you giving me bad eye. I wish we could have played together more. But be sure, we shall play again. I want you to know that I shall do everything possible to be free before too long. Tomorrow, Mrs. Appiah will speak to Mr. Nathan, and I hope he will come to see me soon. Then he can explain the truth about us to the authorities. I think they will understand why you used a different name, and why I tried to get through with the false passport. I hope they will then let me out, so we can be together while they examine our request to stay here until it is safe for us to return home. Your loving Papa. Wednesday, 6th of December, 11:30 p.m. Dear Papa, when you see the time above, you will say, why is she not in bed sleeping? I did try, but I just lay awake. We only got back here at 9 o'clock. Auntie and Uncle were worried that we were late, but Mama Appiah said we should eat something before our journey back to London. She said hunger is a bad companion, and she took us into Oxford to get fish and chips. She's very like Mama Buki. The fish and chips were good. I wish we could have shared them with you. Femi didn't say a word, but I saw that he liked the food. Papa, I am so ashamed of how I behaved. I know it wasn't your fault we had to go. I am sorry. I always make things worse, like not giving our proper name. My eyelids are drooping now. There is still space below for Femi to add something in the morning. Please write to us. Your loving daughter, Sade. 8th of December, 1995. My dear Femi and Sade, I was so happy to hear your voices on the telephone last night. Even the few words you said to me, my dear son Femi, they mean a lot to me. I long to hear more about how you are both getting on in your new schools. Perhaps, Femi, you will write like your sister. I was very happy to receive your letter, Sade. You must not feel ashamed. It is only natural that you wanted us to stay together. Do not blame yourself for pretending your name was Adewale. It was, after all, Mama's family name. Lying is not in your nature. Mama and I always brought you up to respect the truth, but you have both been thrown into a situation that has forced you to act secretly. Remember that it was your Uncle Tunde and I who sent you out of the country. No child should have to go through what you two have, but the dishonesty and rottenness of those who have power in our country have now gone very deep. You know how much I hate cheating and doing things underhand, yet I myself use another man's passport. Mr. Nathan came today. He is cautious, just like Uncle Tunde, but he is also hopeful that the British Home Office will give me temporary admission when they realise we are one family. He is going to ask them to treat the matter urgently. After that, he will help me apply for political asylum so that we can stay here longer. I have made some friends here with a teacher from Somalia, and I'm learning a lot from him. He says asylum applications are hard and we shall have to be patient. Zoka, who comes from Bosnia, told us they're saying patience can break through iron doors. Your mama would have liked that. She would be pleased that I'm also learning to be patient. It will be so much easier when we are together and we can help each other. As soon as I'm free, I shall also begin search for your Uncle Dele. His dearance troubles me greatly. In the meantime, please take good care of yourselves and each other. I hope to speak to you over the weekend. Give my very good wishes to your new auntie and uncle, Mr. and Mrs. King, and also to Mrs. Appiah. Write soon, your very loving Papa. P.S. I am drafting a letter to the Union of Journalists about the current situation for writers in Nigeria. They all know about Ken Saro-Wiwa, but there are many others. I hope they will also support my application for asylum. Avon School, Monday the 11th of December. Dear Papa, it is dinner time, and you can see I've come to the library. It is quiet in here, and I like it. Your letter is in my coat pocket. I think there are good secrets and bad secrets. Your letter is a good one inside my pocket. Even Ferry changed his mood a little when he read it this morning. Aunt Gracie says when they let you go, you can sleep in the sitting room here until we can sort things out. Uncle Roy follows the news about Nigeria and says it will be an honour to have you in their home. You would have liked our English lesson this morning, Papa. We watched a TV programme called Making News. It is about what is happening around the world. Did you know there's going to be a sports boycott of Nigeria by some European countries? They are protesting against the hanging of Mr. Sarawiwa and other Ogoni leaders. The chief presenter is the same man on the 7 o'clock news every night, but the other presenter is a child, and she has to do real interviews. She only looked about my age. I would love to do that, but I would be too nervous. The work here at school is not a problem. In fact, some of it is easier than at home, especially English. That surprised me. Most of the teachers are not so strict, and some of the students are quite cheeky. I think they don't learn very much about Africa here. Some even think Africa is just one country, and one boy asked me if I speak African. In lower primary, Mr. Obiki made us learn the names of all the different countries and languages in Europe. Do you remember how scared I was of Mr. Obiki? When his right eyebrow shot up, it was like a question mark. That meant big trouble. I am glad he wasn't teaching me maths this morning. His detective eyes would have seen my mind escaping from his classroom. I am happy that you have some friends in prison, like the teacher from Somalia. I am praying Mr. Nathan will be successful for you, Papa. There is something I need to talk to you about very badly. That is the bell now. Odabo, till later. 7 o'clock. Papa, I cannot believe they've said no. Mr. Nathan rang Mama Apaya, and she came to tell us. Why won't they believe us, Papa? Why? Aunt Gracie said we should ring you, but there's no point. I will just be crying. It is better to be like Femi, like a little stone. Midnight. Papa, I can't hide this from you any longer. I can't sleep until I tell you. Before Mama Apaya left, she went into the kitchen with Aunt Gracie. I could tell they were going to talk about you. I know it was wrong to listen to a conversation not meant for me. I am becoming underhand, a sneaking kind of person. You and Mama never wanted me to be like that, but I can't help it anymore. Mama Apaya said that Mr. Nathan is worried now about a bigger reason why they won't let you out of prison. Is it true, Papa? Is it true that Nigerians want you for Mama's murder? Is it true they've asked the British police to send you home? How can they tell such a great big lie? If only Femi and I had told the truth about everything right at the beginning, then the people would know it's a terrible, disgusting lie. Sade.